Look around and ask yourself an honest question. Why do the same people keep winning the money game while everyone else seems stuck in the exact same place year after year? You trade your hours, carry the stress, and put in the effort, yet results barely change. Most of us are taught to expect that money rewards moral effort. We play by the rules, hoping that enough hard work eventually forces a favorable outcome. But money ignores the concept of fairness. Wealth flows toward those who understand how human behavior actually works. It responds to psychology, and psychology responds to power. Centuries ago, Niccolo Machiavelli recognized that power dictates the distribution of resources. In our modern environment, money functions as power wearing a different costume. Most people stay financially trapped because they operate from a worker identity. This childhood programming suggests that income is a direct reward for physical or mental output. Believing that effort is the only path to income creates a cycle of dependence. You rely on employers for hours, systems to process checks, and authorities to permit your advancement. Clinging to the moral virtue of hard work ensures you remain a manageable part of someone else's machine. The system inherently harvests value from those who believe they must keep pushing the boulder just to survive the month. Breaking this cycle requires a sharp psychological shift. While the average person treats money as an emotional experience, the strategist views it coldly as a mechanical tool for movement. This graph shows the baseline emotional cycle of standard income. The worker feels fear when money leaves, sudden reliefs when a check arrives, and anxiety as the month drags on. This reactivity makes behavior predictable. When numbers look safe, people relax. When they drop, they panic. Both are easily exploited. The strategist detaches the identity from the bank account. To them, money serves as a signal showing where control is shifting in a given environment. It is a resource to be used, not a feeling to manage. You can hear this difference in the questions they ask. The average person asks, "Can I afford this?" The strategist asks, "What does this position me for?" Decoupling your emotional state from your finances allows for long-term planning. Instead of reacting to immediate threats, the wealthy focus on reducing their own predictability to others. Emotional attachment to money forces you into short-term survival decisions. Mastery of the game begins with the emotional detachment necessary to see the mechanics of dominance. In any negotiation or market, the person who speaks the least often controls the frame. Humans respond to perception, and perceived need is always punished. Rushing to speak, proving your value, or deciding too quickly reveals a lack of options. It signals to the other side that you are under pressure, causing your leverage to evaporate instantly. Machiavelli emphasized the power of calculated silence. Withholding an immediate response creates a vacuum that others feel compelled to fill. They reveal information and offer concessions just to end the discomfort of the quiet. This leads to selective opacity. By revealing just enough to attract interest while keeping your ultimate goals hidden, you force others to interact with you on your own terms. This shift also changes how you handle loss. Most people view a financial setback as a terminal failure, something to be avoided at all costs, even if that means staying small and safe. The strategist views the cost of a failed move as tuition. It is the price paid to uncover exactly where structural leverage exists in a system and where the other players are weakest. True wealth gathers around those who strategically withhold their worth. When you stop desperately chasing approval, you force the environment to adapt to your tempo. The real game happens through vertical control, the capacity to build the structure that all other gears must turn inside of. Increasing your output as a worker makes you more efficient, but it doesn't make you more powerful. You remain a highly optimized, interchangeable piece in someone else's machine. Your labor is simply fed into their structure. Look at this hierarchy. The base is horizontal competition. To escape, stand where you control the flow. Structural position dictates wealth. Using restraint and selective opacity, you shift from a predictable participant to an architect others route through to manage resource flow. Adopting this level of restraint feels deeply unnatural. It contradicts our social conditioning to be agreeable, helpful, and constantly busy. Rising to this level requires the discipline to accept short-term isolation and the discomfort of uncertainty. You trade the comfort of being liked for the power of being necessary. Now that the mechanics of leverage are visible, the excuses disappear. You can continue playing the role of the predictable pawn, or you can begin the disciplined work of becoming the architect of your own position.